Welcome. This is Jack from the Cruise Casino Advisor.com, and we're bringing you another basic tutorial video for another one of our favorite games. Today we're going to talk about the game of craps. Craps is one of the most exciting games in any casino. It's always been one of the most popular games due to the fact that there's a lot of emotion, a lot of different types of bets that you can make, and most of the table is cheering for the person that holds the dice. So it's one of the most exciting games, and in the next few minutes, we're going to give you a basic understanding of the game of craps. You will see the exact layout. Sometimes it's different colors, but what you're seeing on the screen is what you're going to see in on your next cruise and in the casino. So let's get right into it. So it looks complicated, but believe it or not, this game is not as complicated as it looks. It's just that there are many different bets. There's a variety of bets that you can make. Some of these are great. Some of these are not so good. We're probably going to do a two-part video. This first video, we're going to explain the basics, and we're probably going to do follow-up videos that explain some of the more unique bets that can be made in the game of craps. So let's get in on it. Here we go. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is the craps layout. Craps is a game where you do not sit down, you stand up, and there's a railing. So what you're not seeing on the screen is the outside railing where you have your chips. If you do not have chips, you will drop your money onto the table, and the pit boss or the dealers will then convert them into chips, which you'll then bet in the game. If the puck, this is called the puck right up here, and it says that it's off, that means it's a come out roll. So if you're walking up to the table and this puck is not on one of these numbers, it means that we're coming out. And that means that the shooter is starting a brand new game and throwing the dice. At that point, what you can do is there's multiple different bets that you can make. We're going to talk about the most popular bets and what they mean. So right here is the pass line. So if we click $5 here and we put it right on the pass line, that means that we're betting with the shooter. And what we're looking for on this come out roll is a 7 or an 11. If we win on the 7 or 11, if the shooter throws a 7 or 11, we will automatically make an even money on this. So if we put $5 down, we'll end up having $10 in front of us, and then we can remove that bet if we want to. If the shooter throws a 2, 3, or a 12, we will lose this money on the come out bet. A 2, 3, or a 12. So the 7 or 11 makes us an automatic winner. The 2, 3, and the 12 make us a loser. And any other numbers that he rolls up here, you can see the 4, the 5, the 6, the 8, the 9, and the 10. These are basically called place bets. So if the shooter throws one of these numbers, the combination of the two dice comes out to one of these numbers, they will move this puck and it'll turn on, and they'll place it on one of the numbers to indicate that that is now the point number. And for us to win on this pass line, we are betting that the shooter is going to throw that number again before throwing a 7. And in between, if any of these other numbers come up, it does not hurt us here in the pass line. The person continues to throw the dice until either this number comes up, whatever the puck number is that he originally threw, the point number, or a 7. If a 7 comes up, everybody on the pass line loses. Okay, let's take a look at the opposite bet. So if we want to bet on the house way, or if we want to bet against the shooter making his point number, we will put our money here in the don't pass. Okay, in the don't pass. And what we're betting on is pretty much the opposite of the pass line. If the shooter throws a 7 or an 11, we will lose our money here in the don't pass. But if he throws a 2 or a 3, we will actually win. So we will make exactly what we put down. If we bet $5 here, we will end up making $5 if the 2 or the 3 comes up. If the 12 comes up, that's a tie. Well, not a tie, but we don't lose and we don't win, okay, on those bets. So If we bet in the don't pass and the shooter throws, let's say, a 6, the 6 becomes the point number. This puck is moved to the 6. We are betting that the 7 comes up before he throws the 6 again. So it's pretty much the opposite of the pass line. So the odds are with us after the come out roll, just like the casino. We're betting with the casino that the 7 will come up before his point number and we will then win. Okay, let's show you a few more bets here in this basic video. The next bet I want to show you is the come bet. You see this here. So the come bet, if I can do this, hold on one second. Let's see if we can do that. But let's just assume that we can. So the come bet is made after the shooter establishes a point number. We usually do that. So once the shooter establishes a point number, let's say he throws a 6 and now the puck is on the 6, we can put our money in the come area right here. And what we're doing in the come area is basically allowing the table to select where our money goes. So if we have $5 in the come bet, and let's take a quick look at this so we're explaining it correctly. So players can only make this bet after the point has been established, okay? After the come point has been set, if a player makes a come bet, it means they're betting on the shooter landing a 7 or 11 on the dice before the come point. So what that means, let's go back to this. If we put our money here in the come area and a 7 or 11 comes out, we automatically win our bet. But what happens if a 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10 comes out? They will take our money, and just like they did on the pass line, they will move that money onto one of these numbers, okay, whichever one the shooter just threw. And it's similar to a pass line bet. So once your money moves from the come bet to, let's say, the 8, you're now hoping for the 8 to be thrown before the 7 comes out. So you're basically allowing the shooter to throw a number and for that money to be moved from here to that specific number. And now we're hoping for that number to be thrown a second time. So that's called a come bet, okay? One more bet we're going to do today on this first basic video, and it's a bet that's very popular, and that's called a field bet. That's right here. So if you notice in the field, what's happening is we're covering a multitude of numbers being thrown. The 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So it's a one-time bet. It's not like the pass line or these bets where it stays up until a 7 comes up. This is a single throw bet. We put our money here and either one of these numbers comes up or it doesn't. We win or we lose. The only difference is that depending on the casino that you're in, the 2 and the 12 that you see have circles on it, some casinos will pay you double instead of even money if the 2 or the 12 come out. And there are actually casinos that you'll go to where the 12 might even pay triple. But most of the time it's double. All right. So if you put $5 down here and a 4 shows up, you're going to get another $5. It's an even money payout unless the 2 or the 12 pays double. If anything comes up that's not included in the field, you lose your bet. Okay. It's a single money bet. And the difference is very simple. If you are on one of these numbers, your bet stays up until you call it off. You can always call off your bet if you're placing one of these numbers, and we'll go over that now. So at any time, you can actually put down money and bet directly on these numbers. That's called a place number. So depending on the table minimums, let's assume the table minimum is $5. Due to the odds and the way that the casino pays out, you can bet that minimum bet, that $5 on the 4, 5, 9, or 10. But on the 6 and the 8, due to the payouts, you must bet in a different increment. You must bet in $6 increments. $6 increments here, okay? And that's what you can do. So what many people do is they'll make a pass line bet here. And let's say the pass line bet, and let's do an example here. Let's see if we can do an example. Let's see if we can get this down. Okay, let's do a pass line bet. We did a $5 pass line bet. Let's go ahead and roll the dice. Okay, And that did not work. I don't know why. That did not work. Well, I guess we won't be doing an example, but let's assume for argument's sake that the pass, oh, actually, I think it did work. I'm sorry. Let's take a quick look. Let's do that again. Nope, something is wrong. Well, what normally happens is you would make a bet here. Let's say the table minimum is $10. So we put our $10 bet here in the pass line. Let's assume that for argument's sake, the shooter throws a 6. The puck will be moved to the 6. But at the same time, you want more action. You want to have more chances to win. So you would then toss down here and put in front of you $6 and tell the dealer that you want to play an 8, $6 8. He will take your $6 and move it to the 8. And at that point, you will have a 6 because that's what the point number is, and you will also have a bet on the 8. So now, if the shooter throws the 8, you will get paid on your 8. You can take that bet down, or you can leave it, or you can what's called press, which means that you can tell the dealer to take your winnings on the 8 that just came in and put it on top of the 8 that you already have, of the $6 8 that you already have, and make it a $12 8. Okay, so you can either take your winnings, you can take your entire bet and your winnings down, or you can press the bet and put your winnings on top to make it a larger bet. So at any time, you can bet on any of these numbers along with your pass line bet. Sometimes people will bet without doing a pass line bet and only cover these numbers. Okay, and that's another way to bet. So I think for right now, we're going to stop this basic tutorial on craps here, and we'll have an advanced one coming out later on that will explain some of the bets you see here to the right, and we'll go over those in our second bet. But you now understand the basics of craps. We'll come back with another video real soon. This is Jack, and remember, if you want to take your investment into casino gaming to another level, you want to visit our sister site, cruisecasinomafia.com. At cruisecasinomafia.com, that's the home for our Mafia Pro team. And what we do is we have access that you can gain, anybody can gain, to the systems that we use on a regular basis to turn any casino, whether it's online, at sea, or land-based, into our private ATM. The systems and methods use high-level math as well as statistics. We have systems for roulette, craps, baccarat, and blackjack that you can learn in a matter of days by simply reviewing the methods in our PDF as well as videos that teach you how to play the pro way like we do. So you can turn any casino into your private ATM. We will see you on the next video, and we hope to bring you into the family by visiting cruisecasinomafia.com. Have a great day, and remember, it's great to be lucky, but it's better to be smart and to know exactly how to take money out of the casino. Bye-bye.